Inflation is the highest it's been in 40 years. What does this mean? Inflation is basically when your money buys less stuff. This could be because the price of goods has gone up or because the value of the money in your wallet has gone down. This recent price spike has affected all kinds of goods, ranging from cars and gasoline to meat, eggs, and cooking oils. Polls show that the rising cost of living is the #1 issue on Americans' minds by far, and like clockwork, our elected representatives in both parties have been hard at work trying to figure out how to avoid all responsibility for this crisis. The Republicans are saying that this is all Biden's fault because he signed a bill that spent $1.9 trillion on COVID relief, conveniently leaving out the fact that the Trump administration spent about $6 trillion on COVID relief, most of which was given directly to banks, which used the money to gamble on stocks and Bitcoin. And the Democrats seem to be struggling to find anyone to blame, so they just decided to call it Putin's price hike.
70% of the increase in prices in March came from Putin's price hike.
So because of the actions we've taken to address the Putin price hike, we are in a better place than we were last month.
Both of these narratives very conveniently leave out the real enemy: corporate America. Corporations have actually been benefiting massively from inflation because it's given them an excuse to raise prices. In fact, 2021 was actually the most profitable year for corporate America since 1950. This isn't really disputed either because a bunch of companies publicly announced their intention to raise prices and pass the costs of inflation onto the consumer. Walmart credited price management for its increased profits in fiscal year 2022. Kroger, the second largest grocery chain in the country, admitted to passing along costs to the customer. McDonald's also attributed higher profits to strategic price increases and promised to raise prices further in 2022. Starbucks raised its prices. Yum Brands, which owns Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and KFC, raised prices. The three biggest oil companies in the country, which were previously making negative profits, made almost $50 billion in profits off this spike in gas prices. I could keep going, there's a whole report about this, but the point here is that we're not paying higher prices out of some absolute necessity, but to pad corporate profits. These profits help pay for $140 billion of shareholder handouts. So chances are the additional money you and I are spending on Walmart groceries is being used to pay off some Walmart shareholders' yacht. So inflation isn't about Democrats versus Republicans. It's not a Putin price hike, it's a corporate price hike. It's about rich versus poor. If you're rich, not only can you afford inflated prices, you may have actually benefited from inflated prices. But if you're poor, it means your bills go up, and any raise you might have gotten in the last year just got eaten up by higher prices. So when the politicians and the media try to get you wrapped up in this whole inflation blame game, remember who's actually profiting off this.